Let's see what the coach can do.
Welcome back to the locker room. My name is Coach Cattle, and today we're going to talk about control. There are so many maps that could be played in control, but they just did not make the points in the right areas. I mean, even now, like the 3 maps that we're playing, they're just not set up for control. Just being honest with you, they need to be changed. We're going to go through and looking at all the different things. If they just change the A and B control points, and I'll show you where they would be and where offense and defense would be, I promise you, control could be played on 7 different maps. Minimum 7 different maps. I'm serious. Let me get into it. We're going to start with Highrise. One thing that you'll notice that's pretty consistent is if you just change the maps so that all of the control points are the same as the bomb sites, you pretty much fix everything. So I'm going to show you what I mean by this. First, on Highrise, B-bomb right here, this is an okay control point. And the next one, instead of it being right here, you actually have it so it's right here. That's the point. That makes this play a little bit better. That makes a little bit more difficult to get. Now, it already is kind of difficult, but some teams, I mean, it's not completely impossible to get. And it allows you to play up on top side of heli and be able to just get more control. You can just do more stuff with it. Just right now, it just shouldn't be right there. And even if this wouldn't work in Highrise, it doesn't really matter because there are tons of other maps that we can go to, like Invasion here. And I'm going to show you how it would work. So let's look at this. First off, A control, no, don't, horrible, no, don't do that there. Instead, if we do A control here, right where the A bomb site is, and we do B control here, that works. And then you say, well, hey, hold on, that doesn't look like that would be good. Well, this is actually defense, and this is offense. So offense, and then defense. You actually swap the sides, so you swapped it, so instead of this being offense and this being defense, you have it so this right now is offense and that is defense, okay? That's the way it would work. And so if you think about why it would work, why this would work better, if you're having to push this street, let's clear everything out and just show you. Let's just look at A right now. If you're having to push this street from offense currently, you have to push down here, which there's no cover. You can get shot from so many angles. It is almost impossible. Like people just don't get A. And also when you're in here, it's just a weird spot. It shouldn't be a control point. But then if we make this the spot right here, how different is it from just pushing A and S and D? You can push A and S and D. A lot of teams do push A and S and D. It is the same thing as how demolition was back in the day. This fits what control could be. This would make control play so much better. B would be a little bit too easy, so B would actually be the harder point in this map. And you could actually push up, you could get control of this area right here, and then you could defend it from right there, right? It'd be the same thing. You have to make it to the S&D maps. Karachi, a lot of people think Karachi plays great, but it really does not play great. It's just one of the better playing, more even maps. If you make this the control site, let's do something more visible, such as blue. If you make this the control site right here, if you make that B and this were A, I think how the bombs are in S&D, look at that. That plays much, much better. This means that A is not an immediate grab that's extremely easy to get. You actually have to work for it somewhat over here. And then B is not extremely impossible to get. You can get it a little bit easier. It still favors the defense over here. Still favors the defense, but the offense still has to push through, and one is not extremely more valuable than the other. I mean, this is something that I knew when the game first came out. I said, they have to make the control sites the same as the S&D sites. They have to. If they don't, it will not play good. And that's exactly kind of what we're seeing. Even if you think control's playing well, it's playing better compared to the other games and other maps, but it doesn't mean that it's playing well. Objectively, control, it just is not a good game mode, especially how it's played with these certain maps. It's just not good. Look at Skidrow. Look at this. I don't even know what side is what, honestly, but it doesn't matter. I don't know if this right here is offense or if this is offense. None of that actually matters. If you change it to the S&D bomb sites, you will get this right here as a site, and then you will get, let's just say this is the stairwell, you will get this, which I'll be honest, we could even change it so it's like this right here. Or we could change it so it's something like it's these 4 rooms or something. It's something like that, right? We could make it. We could turn it into just this hall, doesn't really, I mean, it does matter, but right now it's just for the purpose of it. So if we look at how you would push this, same as offense, and you could actually make them spawn here, and then you would spawn inside here. You could push that, right? Offense is spawning here, defense is spawning here, defense. And then you could push it, maybe try to get this going, but then it's really hard to retake this, but you could kind of rotate around. You could try to hit this first, you know, do something real crazy, do something completely crazy. We come through here and through here at the same time, do a dual pinch. Stuff can happen. Skidrow is already not a map that should be played competitively, but it just is because the way that these points are already laid out make it so that this map is one of the better maps, even though it's not a typical competitive map, if that makes sense. Subbase. So this one is super easy. This was actually offense, if I remember correctly. Let's do white, right? Let's do white so we can look at this a little better. This is offense. So this is what it was before the update. This was offense. I mean, there's not any way you can even contest. Like, the team can easily get B. They can easily get A. Like, it's horrible. Now they made it so that this is offense, which is better, right? It's better, but it's just not good. Let's see what the bomb site would be. This right here would be a bomb site. And then you have this right here would be a bomb site, a control site, basically. If you make it like this, one, you're making it so that the offense can actually access this easier instead of having to be in the corner. And then two, if you're inside here, it's actually easier to actually take this site, this B site over here, than it is go in. So offense has more of a chance. Control could actually be played on subbase. Control could be played on subbase, but now it could be played on terminal. Let's look at how it would be played. Right now on offense, you cannot get B, and A is kind of the default. It's just too easy. How you would do it is this area right here, this right here. Okay, that would be one site, and instead of being in B, you could just drop it down to right there. Or you could even make it like around this police car type thing, but that's not really the point. If you do this, you actually make it better to be like, this could be potentially played. Like, if you're wanting to go and attack this from offense, it's easier to get inside plane if you're not having to get on the point. You can get inside, look over, install. Inside here, you can actually push up more, get some more ground. It's just the slight positioning of these points which actually make them a viable map to be played on. And now we're going to look at Scrapyard. This is a perfect example of how like a map can just be instantly played. Again, it would need to be SMG only, I believe. Let's look at this. Okay, A site in here. I mean, no, it can't happen. Just straight up, it can't happen. B site. Well, hold on. Hold on, I'm liking that actually. That actually can happen. Where would the A site be? A site would actually be right here. What this allows is it makes it so that offense doesn't have as easy of a time. They can get B, that's the default, that's an easier one, but then they can try to push through here and get A. This makes, because right now offense has A off the bat. If they all run for A, if they just run for and then just die immediately in there, they can probably get at least one tick just with like the half second, like 2.5 seconds, whatever, of staying in there. This is potentially playable. I mean, just look at this. Look at how this is actually laid out. This could potentially be played from hitting it. Change the control sites to S&D sites, and I promise you our map pool for control will go from 3 like not that great control maps to going to potentially 7, if not a solid 5, which if you have a solid 5, that means bringing best of 7 in grand finals up to best of 9s, okay, maybe even best of 11s, because you can actually play more. We don't need to just look for 3 solid control maps. We need to have the best maps possible. Please, Sledgehammer, thank you for this game so far. I'm really enjoying it, but we really got to, like, we got to fix this, right? We have to fix it. You would change the entire way this game is played and looked at if you just made the control sites the same as S&D bomb sites. That's the end of the video. If you did like it, would appreciate you throwing a like my way. It does help me with analyzing how you guys like this analytical content. Other than that, I do appreciate you for watching very, very, very much. Thank you so much for watching it. It's awesome to see like my video go from 1 to 4 views to like now 20 views. I know it's nothing, but it really just does make me feel very good. So I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys. Y'all have a good one.